All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Yahweh Kodash, the belongings to the elders and apostles of Great Stone. Shalom to the elect wishing the steward in truth and in sincerity, with hope of receiving mercy of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Yahweh is the name of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shai is the name of his only begotten Son. You so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the Israelites according to the prophecies that are written in the scriptures. I want to make it known that the RFID microchip is the MOTB. The miracle drug is the precursor to the MOTB. Yahweh Shai, whom dwelling that called Jesus, is about to make his return upon the earth to deliver his elect and to pour out judgment as is written. And we're in a time in which you're seeing all the signs coming to pass gradually. So right now, all thing we're waiting on is that chip to be mandated around the world. Because the famine is going to bring civil unrest. And right now, civil unrest is brewing in different countries around the world. Riots and protesting, coups against government. These are the times that we're in. So this is 2 Ezra 8, verse 50. For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter times shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. And the precept that came to mind when we read this is, I want to say, 2 Peter's 3, verse 1 on down. We say, this know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. When you look up that word, perilous, the Greek word there is kalepos, which means hard to bear, troublesome, dangerous, savage, fierce. These are the times that we're heading into, yo. So I want to run this clip so you can understand where it's being talked about right now.
Maybe 72 hours later.
So look, yeah.
Shalom. All praises to Yahweh.
Maybe 72 hours later, that escalation took place. I just got another alert from an insider that's inside of some of the U.S. government, and they have said they expect another escalation here in the next couple of days. Now, here's the caveat. Something a little bit different is going on, and some open source intelligence operators have given sentiment analysis to the United States of America, and they have said that we can expect a new social chaos or crisis event in the USA. They don't know what the trigger is going to be yet, but what they have done is created basically an ingredients list or a recipe list. All of these ingredients are there, and they say that one trigger is about to pop off, and as soon as it does pop off, you can expect some sort of unrest, just like we had during the riots in the pandemic. Now, this means that you might see cities completely locked down because of social chaos. It could mean that you see businesses boarded up or closed down. It could be the disruption to the supply chain, maybe infrastructural sabotage or terrorism. I really don't know. I can't speak on that, but what I do know is they have given this information to the U.S. government. I saw the plots. I saw all of basically the ingredients there, saying this is what's ripe to happen. It's just going to be the trigger, the black swan that's unknown. Maybe they do know what it is. Maybe it's going to be.
Listen, maybe they do know. You have one that do know, and he had revealed these things unto his servants, the prophets. This is 2 Ezra 15, verse 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, and cast them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Fear not the imagination against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee, and incredulity go back to unbelief. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Behold, said the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction, for wickedness had exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their earthful works are fulfilled. And if you cannot say that wickedness had polluted the whole earth, you are part of the problem, yo. And the destruction of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is bringing, you're going to be swept away with it. The famine, the sword, the destruction to come. Because this is a prophecy foretold by Esdras, where the angel revealed unto him. This is verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draw nigh. And one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. That is going into a civil unrest. For there shall be sedition amongst men, and sedition mean what uprising against the authorities, the government. And one of the reasons why the people are going to come against the government is the measures where the governments are going to implement, such as these new lockdowns being talked about, whether they want to be climate lockdowns or the various pestilence where Esau are shoved out there on the people. And invading one another, they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their action shall stand in their power. Meaning their leaders, their elected officials, they shall not regard them anymore. But the scripture go along to say, but the course of their action shall stand in their power. And these are the times that we're in. Whether you want to believe it, yes or no. And things that will get worse. And due to the sedition amongst men, a state of emergency is going to be declared. Martial law is going to be declared. Verse 17, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able to, because you have different checkpoints in various places, yo, from city to city, and within the cities into different communities. For because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods, because of the lack of bread, and for great tribulation. And these are the things that we are warning you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans about, yo. Now is high time to awake out of sleep. Now is that time to turn to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. The day of trouble is at hand.
We do know what it is. Maybe it's going to be a chemical attack. Could be something happening with Russia. I don't really know what it's going to be. It could be Trump. Could be Biden. Something is going down. Now that means you better have all of your little duckies in a row, and you better be ready to basically lock down your own house. You have to be ready to understand your area of operation, your AO. You have to understand everything that's happening around your area. You have to have a good group of people who are there to help protect you and your family. And you have to, if you're going to go to the store in times of social unrest, you have to be prepared to run every trip like it's some sort of, I hate to say it because it sounds so tactical, but you have to run every trip like it's a mission or an operation. And so doing that becomes really tiring on the people, adds to their stress levels, increases the amount of social upheaval or unrest. This is just a recipe for chaos. So we do have a little bit of a prepper warning or an SHTF warning here that in the next couple of days they expect something to take place. Again, they don't know what the trigger is going to be, but we just have to watch. Now, if a couple of days go by and we don't see anything major happen, well, we just know that those ingredients are still there, and we're going to look for that black swan event or some sort of other event to really set them off. Now, we know right now the Russian conflict is going to go to the next level. Now, a lot of people are afraid that that next level is going to be nuclear. They are getting their people ready for a nuclear fallout. Europe is getting their people ready for a nuclear fallout. China, behind some secretive intelligence, has talked about using nukes in the operation to retake Taiwan, or at least begin to set up a nuclear sort of like a umbrella that once they take Taiwan, they say that this sovereign territory is under Chinese control, and attacking on these grounds would be seen as an attack on China. This is something that you...
This is First Thessalonians 1, verse 5. First Thessalonians 5, verse 1. My bad. But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. For yourself know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travaileth upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. But ye, brethren, are not in darkness, that that day should overtake you as a thief. Yea, ye are all the children of light, and the children of the day. We are not of the night, nor of darkness. Therefore let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober. For they that sleep, sleep in the night, and they that be drunken are drunken in the night. But let us, who are of the day, be sober, putting on the breastplate of faith and love, and for an helmet, the hope of salvation. And this is the mindset brothers supposed to have right now, because we see all the things that Yahweh Shai have foretold with his mouth and by the mouth of his servants the prophets, to declare things that shall shortly come to pass. And we're in such a time in which these things are coming to pass. As it is written that the things that are written aforetime were written for what? Our learning. So through patient in the scriptures, we might have opening. And now is such a time in which we see the words that Yahweh Shai have declared is coming to pass before our eyes. That's why it is written, blessed is your eyes, for ye see it. Because a lot of people cannot see the things that we see. A lot of people cannot hear the things that we hear, and discern and understand what these things really mean, or what is really going on. But through the mercy of Yahweh Shai, you have revealed these things unto his servants, the prophets. And that's why we are out here before you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, letting the word of Yahweh Shai be known in the earth. But don't take this for a joke. Matthew 22, so to make a light of it when the Lord send his servants to bid him to the march. This is Ezekiel 33, verse 33. And when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come, then shall they know that the prophet had been among them. And that's the time when a lot of people are come to the realization that the men they want to see out there week in and week out, looking so weird before their eyes, declaring unto you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans about RFID microchip, which is the MOTB, the civil unrest to come, World War III, the famine, the pestilence. When these things start transpire, it'll come to people's mind that, amen, we were forewarned of these things. As Scripture says, a prophet had been amongst them. So hope this was edifying. We don't want to say Kalalal, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Kodash. Shalom.